One of the goals of this show is to stimulate the neural pathways in your brain that can make you more loving. How many people here know what neuroplasticity is? Well, for those who don't, up until recently, scientists believed that our brains grew until we were 21 years old. And at 21, they stopped growing. And after 21, everything was downhill. Now, scientists understand that our brains continue to grow and change no matter what age we are. And this ability of our brains to continue changing and growing is called neuroplasticity. It's also sometimes called brain plasticity. One of the amazing things about neuroplasticity is that our brains continue to change and grow, not only in response to changes in our external environment, but our own internal thoughts and our own actions can actually change our brains. So this means that you can create new neural pathways in your brains by thinking certain kinds of thoughts or by doing certain actions. You can consciously change your own brain, rewire your own brain, stimulate new neural pathways simply by changing your thoughts, creating new behaviors. For example, you can change your brain so that you are happier, more intelligent, or more loving. Now, of course, this doesn't happen just by changing something one time. In order to create these new neural pathways, you need to practice something. You need to repeat it over and over. Some scientists say that if you do something, say for 21 days, if you repeat the same new thought pattern for 3 weeks, you will literally create new neural pathways in your brain. So it's very exciting, the potential of neuroplasticity. Walter showed us two methods for stimulating love. Why don't you repeat those?
Well, I was surprised that by putting my thumb and index finger at the corner of the lower lip, just by thinking love, again, you have to have your eyes lowered so that your subconscious sensations about you instead of others. And I can continuously feel these loving sensations in my body. As a clairvoyant, I would actually see a pulsation of love coming out of the chest, and I would always see that between the nipples, this was the center of that emission of energy that I see like thick water. It's kind of purplish, purple looking. So if you want to feel it, just take your hand. By placing it, you are instructing your subconscious to pay attention to this area. I had a chance to work with a 10-year-old who was classified as autistic. And he said something amazing to me. He said, "It doesn't work if you don't pay attention."
So, for example, you could practice either of these two techniques that Walter just demonstrated. If you consciously practice it every day for perhaps 3 weeks, you might find that you are encouraging new neural pathways to grow that would make you more aware of love, being more able to experience or express love. There's another amazing technique that Walter wants to describe to you about having holographic images.
This is called Second Wind, a book by Bill Russell, the famous Celtic basketball player. On page 66, he mentions in 2 paragraphs, tiny little paragraphs, of how he had holographic abilities throughout his life. He would see a person on the tennis court, then the scene would replay in his brain like a video over and over and over again. But that wasn't just the one part of his ability. He would then say, remove that basketball player and put an image of me, Bill Russell, in. And he could replay the same scene, seeing himself on the court making those same moves. After he saw it enough times, he went on the court and could repeat that move effortlessly. 2 paragraphs missed by society because we don't seem to place value on ability that is mental. He had no ability to teach this, but I do. It's that little tiny spot in the brain. I had a learning disability in college. I got straight A's, 4.0 average in the first year and a half. My disability, I couldn't understand anything they were teaching me. I had this ability to memorize text, look at a question, the answer would just jump out. This is what the question means, this is the answer. I found out that I had no access to images decades later, because you need images as well as text in order to build a foundation of knowledge. So when I discovered that little tiny spot, I went, whoa, images, 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 non-stop. Anything I wanted, any word I said, an image would pop in. For a month, I was in total bliss. Then one day I saw an image of my house, and I noticed something unusual. I started walking toward the house. I started walking through all the rooms looking like I was physically there. I could actually see objects, vibrating sensations. Instead of just being there, I could tell which parts in my room, bedroom, living room, kitchen, which ones were generating vibrations of, oh, I like that, oh, I like that. So we're going to do that same exercise again. Go into that simple little spot, ask for a couple of images to show up, then say Jeremy and Linda, they had a performance. Or you can say somebody's name that you've dated, and you will be able to replay holographically the experience. Not only will you see the image, but you can feel the sensation of that experience. I love being able to do this. People that have learned this don't want to talk any other way. They want to be able to say something and feel it and see it as it's happening at the very moment, even if it happened 20, 30 years ago. Please close your eyes. No effort, no concentration. There is an intelligence inside of you that will do this for you. All you have to do is be aware of the air behind your head, then travel. You say travel, and it will start traveling to the very center of the brain. Travel, center, and as soon as you get there, feel the peaceful place, feel the peaceful vibes, then say a person's name or an object, and you will see an image of them. Then you know that part is activated. Then you can just say, Linda and Jeremy. And you will start seeing them on stage. Some of you, if not all of you, will be able to see them moving around. But you have another ability here. Not only can you see the image, you can start walking toward the image and be on stage with them. That's the part about holographic abilities that Bill Russell had. You can not only notice the feelings and sensations of Linda and Jeremy, but another surprise, you can feel sensation of yourself and how you're feeling in a hologram. Please applaud if you were able to have this experience. If you had difficulty doing this, it's because you put effort and concentration. There is an intelligence that will do this for you. All you have to do is learn how to allow it and give it directions. Thank you.